Welcome to Season 2 of FountainCast, a bi-weekly podcast brought to you by the Fountain Hills Chamber of Commerce, striving to be your one-stop fountain of information regarding local business community here in Fountain Hills. I'm your host, Hannah Toth. Be sure to stay tuned after the podcast to hear about upcoming chamber events. In today's episode, I'll be speaking with owner of Veronique Benoit Jewelry, Veronique Benoit. Veronique creates one-of-a-kind handmade jewelry personalized to her clients. Welcome, Veronique, to our show today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely, we're excited to have you. So the first question is, of course, how long have you been making jewelry?
Well, that's a good question because I started several years ago, but more like, playing, a hobby. But it's only like this year that I decided to get really serious about it.
Wow, that's incredible. So what exactly led you to create jewelry? It's such a delicate, beautiful, personal art, and people have such an interesting journey in how they find their artwork. So tell us about yours.
How that I started the whole path? Well, that's a funny story. So it all started like 6 years ago when we just moved with the family to Fountain Hills. And I thought my kids were teenagers then. They didn't speak the language, so I thought they will need me to adjust in America.
Right.
But after a few days, they were like, "Mom, we're good, bye." So I had a problem. I was like, what am I going to do?
Oh no.
Right? I was really busy in my home country, working the weekends and evenings, always. So I came here, I had nothing to do.
Right.
And then I thought, what now? What now? So I'm originally a physical therapist. So I was used to work with my hands, and I thought, I was sitting one day and I thought, what can I do? What can I do? Maybe I can do something with my hands. And that's how it started.
Yeah.
I went to Hobby Lobby and I was going through all the hallways, and I thought, what can I do? I love coloring, I love creating something with my hands. So I bought polymer clay, and I thought, let's just do something with the clay. So I started like mixing colors, and I thought, oh, beads, that's kind of cool. So I thought like, oh, maybe something with jewelry. So I started with the beads. And so I'm a person that goes all the way if I study something. So I thought like I was doing at home all this stuff, and I thought I need classes to be more advanced in this, in polymer clay. So in that time, like I'm talking about 3-4 years ago, there was like at Paradise Valley, the art retreats, and they had like all like 2 weeks, all kind of art classes. And so I signed up, and it was with someone really famous about polymer clay. I was late because I was new, I didn't find it. And so I arrived, and she said, "I'm so sorry, but it's full of class. I just have the equipment for this amount of people. We overbooked." And I was like, oh no, I'm not going home, because when I'm home, I'm getting bored. I'm not going there. I want to stay. And I told her, like, you know what, you can put me in whatever class you want, I'll do it. So they went through all the things, and they said like, okay, we have an advanced silversmithing class. And I said, yes, I'll take it.
That's amazing.
And that's how I started with silversmithing and with hammers and with tools and whatever. And I did the class, and I thought, this is cool. So I came out and I said, book me for the whole week. So, and that's how I started.
That's amazing, and how wonderful that you were so flexible to accept that other class and just go with the flow, because it turns out our passions kind of fall in our laps, don't they?
Absolutely.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So you mentioned your experience with physical therapy. Would you say that that's something that guides some of your designs in a way, your past experience in your career?
Absolutely, because I was a physical therapist, but I specialized in psychotherapy. Okay. So it was all about the mind.
Wow.
And what I want to create with my jewelry is jewelry that has value, that really says something about the person. So when I start creating with someone, we have a talk first. And I really want to know the person. It's like, what do you like? What are your hobbies? What are your values? So I can really picture this person and create something that it has meaning. So that's really important for me, that the piece is something that you will treasure, that is, meaningful.
Yeah, I think that is wonderful. And were you interested in art as a child, or was it something that found you along the way?
That's a good question, because as a child, I did the normal things, nothing in particular. It's not that
Sure.
I was I'm passionate about jewelry or drawing. I did all those things, but like every other kid. So the passion became more as an adult. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tell us about your collaboration pieces with the Chamber of Commerce. What inspirations helped you to create these designs? I think they're beautiful. Yeah. What inspirations kind of inspired or helped you create them?
Well, Fountain Hills is actually a really easy town to get inspired from, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You just look outside and you see all these beautiful things. You see a saguaro and think, oh, wow, I can create something in that shape. Or, even the sun, even everything. We have the lake, the fountain. We have so many things that can be integrated in jewelry that is awesome and that represents Fountain Hills. So it's a nice place.
It really is. And what kind of helped you decide to move to Fountain Hills? What made you pick here specifically?
You mean the whole move with my family to Fountain Hills?
Yes.
Whoa, that's a long story.
Oh boy.
The story is we are from Belgium. So my husband got a job 7 years ago, and the job was running the flight school at Mesa Airport, Falcon Field. So we had 2 boys, and we were looking for an international school. So if those boys would decide to go back, they would have no problems with the certificates.
Okay.
So, and then you take the map. You have Scottsdale, you have Mesa, and then you choose a place in between that you like, that has all the things you enjoy. It's like water and mountains and all this stuff. So, and then you end up in Fountain Hills.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
So, besides your jewelry business, which I'm sure takes up plenty of your time, what else do you do for fun?
For fun, I play pickleball like almost everyone.
Oh, how cool. I did see your pickleball jewelry, so I had to wonder if you were an avid player.
Player, absolutely.
How fun. That's wonderful. Do you do that on weekends, or do you try to squeeze it in on the weekdays too?
Well, I play mostly in the morning at 6 o'clock.
Wow, good for you.
I try to play every day from 6 till 8. Yeah.
That's fantastic. It's a good way to stay in shape. So another thing that we learned about you was that you host different events around town. Would you like to tell us more about those?
Absolutely. I love to partner with other businesses. So one of the business that I have a regular partnership with is with Chill Boutique.
Okay.
And every 4 or 6 weeks, we organize a pop-up. So that's mostly the Saturday, and then the day after, the Sunday, we organize workshops. So to refer to something we already did is the purse charms. So for fall, Chill Boutique has new purses. So she was like, okay, let's partner together. What can we create together to do a pop-up? Mm-hmm. And so she thought, okay, purse and jewelry, let's just create something together. And this is something we did, the purse charms, and this is an example of a purse charm.
How beautiful.
So it's just pimp up your purse.
Yeah, aren't those fun?
So we do this together. It's something we did together. So the next one, I don't have my schedule here, but you can find all the information on Facebook, on also the website of the chamber, and Facebook page. So yeah.
Great. Well, we're excited to see your next event, and I love when, of course, at the chamber, we all love when businesses collaborate. So it's wonderful to hear about that. And we're excited to see the next one. So as a chamber member, what's some advice you may have for members that are thinking of joining, just recently joined? What's something that you feel they should know about a membership with the Chamber of Commerce?
Well, I think it's important to know that's a good way to connect with people and learn more about other businesses and see how you can support in a way, whatever way that is. Like, I can give you another example with, I'm organizing an event that is where we, with people ladies from Fountain Hills, we are going to volunteer at Feed Starving Children.
Oh, wonderful.
And what we do, so we have a whole bunch of people, we are carpooling together, but we're having lunch. Before we go, we have lunch at another place here. So we go to Mountain View Kitchen with the whole group, have lunch, and then we are going to volunteer. So that's my advice to other members. It's like, just think about how, if you organize something, how can you help someone else in your event that you're organizing?
Right, and that's an amazing way to look at your chamber membership of how can the chamber help you? How can you help your community? And like you do, collaborate with business owners, find time to volunteer. I think that is absolutely wonderful. So thank you for sharing that with us. Lastly, how would we contact you for our personalized jewelry piece, and how would that work? Walk us through that process as well.
So I have a email information on the page here in the chamber, so that's an easy way to connect with me. I have also a website, and you can give me a call, and then if you want to create a jewelry, we start by making an appointment and have a talk. That's how we start, and then like trying to learn more about what someone wants and who is this person and what is important for this person, and then I go from there, and then step by step I really take the person through the process. What I mean by that is, like, I really keep in touch. It's like, okay, now I'm doing this, and I send pictures, and I discover that a lot of people enjoy that, to see what is behind something that they normally get. It's like, it's a whole process, and it's getting ugly also before it becomes beautiful. Some people are panicking, like, oh my God, no, it's gonna be all good at the end.
You know what you're doing, but no, I think that's fantastic that you include them in the process. I think that's such a unique trait for a jewelry maker. So thank you for sharing your story and just your unique passion. I think this is absolutely wonderful, and I can't wait to see more of your little creations. And just for those that are listening instead of viewing our YouTube video, these little purse charms are so fun. They have a little stone on top and then a dangle of different beads and stones, and some are clear and some are colored. They're just super fun and dangly, and a great way to upgrade your purse. So again, thank you so much for being a part of the show, and that will wrap up Season 2, Episode 1 of FountainCast. And once again, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Don't forget to share our show with friends, neighbors, clients, anyone in your network, and please like, rate, and review our show wherever you listen to your podcast. Remember, you can also view this episode on the Chamber's YouTube channel. Be sure to check FountainHillsChamber.com to request to do your own podcast, Uniquely Fountain Hills episode, additions to the newsletter, and so much more. Now for upcoming Chamber events. This month's 5 o'clock mixer on October 11th comes with a special mysterious twist. Join us for a murder mystery at the Chamber event patio. The Fall Fountain Festival of Fine Arts and Crafts is coming up November 11th and 12th. Artists from all over the country will be right here in Fountain Hills to share their special creations. You won't want to miss it. Join us for Parkview Tap House's ribbon cutting on October 6th at 5 p.m. and Kalila Communications ribbon cutting on October 13th at noon at the Chamber of Commerce. Be sure to check the Chamber website for more details on all of the events. Thank you, Veronique, for sharing her unique story with our listeners, and thank you, Fountain Hills, for continuing to be the best community. Welcome to Season 2 of FountainCast, a bi-weekly... Thank you to Veronique for being part of for sharing your unique story with our listeners, and for... We're going to try that again.